Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Southeast Termite and Pest Control. It's summer, and that means you're probably going to see a few more bugs out and about. Call Southeast Termite and Pest Control to make sure you see them out and not about your home. You don't want those things in there. Residential, commercial, they handle both. Call them this week and use a locally owned, family-owned business with more than 40 years of experience in East Tennessee. Southeast Termite and Pest Control. All right, want to welcome in a couple of former Vols. There you see the first guest we've got, new guy, hadn't been with us before. Happy to have Knoxville's own Kyler Curbison with us, offensive lineman from last year's team. Going to have some good insight on Butch Jones and what this team may have for us in store this year. And next to him, Mike Stoll.
Hey.
Look at that, Mike, and I can say this because we're the same age. We were at school at the same time. When your pictures on the internet are black and white, when the only photos you can find are black and white, it's not a good sign. But I did like the James Bond tuck shot from last night at the Fulmer Roast.
Yeah, how about I even tied my own bow tie.
Really?
Yeah.
It's impressive. All right.
Wow.
Mike Stoll right here, Kyler Curbison right there. I want to start, Mike, with you, and we'll go to Kyle. This team, everybody's talking about expectations and what the expectation should be. You've got people saying, well, the East is a cakewalk. I don't know that I'd ever take Georgia or Florida as a cakewalk, but all right. You got some people saying, hey, this is title or bust for Butch Jones. Former Vol letterman, used to do sideline reports, Vol Network. You've been a longtime Tennessee guy. What's your take on the expectations, where you place them this year?
So expectations, I think they should be progressing. 9 wins last year. They should move on. They are in a position with talent and what they have coming back and newer kids coming in to be able to make a run for it. They have a chance to compete for the SEC East title, and they may be able to get things rolling. But there's so many things that go into that. But they should compete, and they should have a chance to be at the top.
Yeah.
John, let me take one.
Go for it.
Kyler.
That wasn't planned at all.
Kyler, you were around there last year. It was a really good season, almost just a few plays from a great season. Do you think there's the leadership over there, the whatever it takes, leadership, whatever you want to say, to get this team over the hump to where it is a great season this year?
Yeah, I really do. I think it was in place last year. I think we had a lot of guys on the team that really took over the role that we were missing from years past when, we were only winning 5 games. I think we just got a little unlucky with those last few plays of a game. But I'm really confident in the team this year. I said it right after the bowl game. I could see them winning every game this year and being back in Tampa for the title game. They really just have that much talent and that much leadership on that team.
Who are specifically, who would you consider? Last year everyone talked about Dobbs is your leader on offense, Kurt Magid's your leader on defense. Of course, Magid got hurt. Mm-hmm. Still Dobbs on offense? Who are your leaders, your key leaders on this team?
I definitely say still Dobbs on offense. He is most experienced person on that offense. He knows it better than anybody. He knows every position that's out there. And then it's a mashup on defense. You have so many talents on defense and so many leadership guys, and Cam Sutton and Reeves Maben and Derek Barnett, they all want to be leaders, so it makes the defense even better. I think our defense is going to be one of the best in the SEC with all the talent they have, and those guys just are so competitive, don't want to lose, and are going to hold everyone to a high standard.
What is Dobbs' style of leader? Is he loud? Is he vocal in the huddle? Is he a rah-rah guy, or is he pretty much just get down to business?
He's a little bit of both. He can calm you down when you need it if you're too riled up, but he can also get on you when you're not doing your job. And there's been times before in games where we're not driving down the field, we're not moving the ball, and he'll bring the offense up on the sideline and just tell us, hey, stay confident in yourself. You guys are good players. We're a good offense. We're going to be able to score. We just got to keep working. So that's what you want out of a leader. You want a guy who understands how to coach people. You really have to understand, is this guy going to take well to me yelling at him, or is it going to take well to me sitting him down by himself and talking to him? Right. And Josh has those qualities.
Mike, when I look back, your red shirt year, I think UT was only 5-6, and then the next season made that huge step forward, 11-1, and win the SEC. How did that happen? And there'll be some parallels, not to the 5-6, but for the Tennessee team being able to win a championship.
Yeah. So I think if you look at Tennessee in my redshirt freshman year,
which was 88.
88, we went 0-6. We lost our first 6 games. Then we turned a corner and won our last 5. We made some coaching changes. But more importantly, I think if you look at we had younger talent, we had some good recruiting classes coming in. That next step to go 11-1, there is a lot of parallels, and there's a lot of parallels to what could happen next year, because if you look at Tennessee's starting talent up front, you can match them up with just about any team, and they're not going to be night and day difference. So, our tight end is that much worse than this team. They're close. They're really close talent-wise across the board. I think where we made that big jump is we had that talent in place, but we had the depth. We had the players who could come in. If it's a long grind out game, we had reserve defensive linemen that could come in and be almost as good as those guys that are starting right now. And there's not a drop off. So throughout the game, you don't get worn down, you don't get grind down. Throughout the season, you don't get worn down, you don't get beaten down. Somebody falls away, the next guy steps up, and there's no miss in the beat. That's what I want to see these younger kids that come in. I want to see them do that.
Okay. We're going to catch a break here, but later on, a little bit later on, we're going to talk about the offensive line. In case you missed it this week, Dontavius Blair and Ray Rollerson transferring. Backups, but as Mike just said, you need depth. Somebody snaps an ankle, what's Tennessee going to do? How much depth do you have there? We'll talk to these guys about the importance of versatility, and we'll ask Kyler Kerbyson about who are the most versatile guys over there on that offensive line group. All that and a lot more football, and of course we'll keep you updated on the Pat Summitt situation. Come on back on the Sports Source.